Good morning, Brownsville. It is Monday, June 21st. Yesterday, the world celebrated Father's Day. With the same sentiment, we'd like to wish our friends and family, in particular my father, my grandparents, and my friends, a happy Father's Day. We hope y'all had a great day. Um, and we should always cherish our loved ones while we still have them with us. So, again, happy Father's Day. Hope everybody had a great day yesterday with friends and family. We begin today's news with our local runoffs. The city of Brownsville had runoff elections for districts 3 and 4 city commissioner positions. The results were for District 3, Roy de los Santos, with 54.28%, defeated Jessica Puente Bradshaw. In District 4, we saw Pedro Cardenas defeat incumbent Judge Ben Neese. The percentage was 67.7 for Mr. Cardenas compared to 32% for Judge and incumbent Ben Neese. It was interesting to note how blogger extraordinaire Jim Barton, administrator of the Brownsville Observer, he reported the news of the results. And one thing that caught my attention was his statement at the very end. And it reads, "These campaigns certainly provided a contrast in styles. While De Los Santos and Neese made themselves available to answer voters' questions at all the public forums, Puente Bradshaw avoided forums she felt were demonstrated favoritism on behalf of her opponent, but did appear on selective conservative podcasts. Cardenas avoided all public forums, even internet podcasts, choosing to rely on his family's connection and a political machine." Again, congratulations to Mr. De Los Santos and Mr. Cardenas. We wish them much success. We pray that everything they do is for the betterment of the city of Brownsville and our communities. We wish them well. Another thing on the news yesterday, we saw how San Benito is now SpaceX. We saw how Guillermo Rosales, a San Benito man, he paid tribute and homage to Elon Musk and SpaceX. This is the same artist who did the mural in downtown Brownsville of Boca Chica to Mars. And when asked by the local paper on why Mr. Rosales did this in San Benito, he said that he wanted to pay homage to Elon Musk, to SpaceX. He sees that this entity will bring an economic boom for our area. He was proud to say that he has had visitors from Westaco and the Upper Valley, even from McAllen. And it just so happens that it's a small world. This individual's sister is a friend, an acquaintance. And last night, I ended up heading over to the city of San Benito, and I took this picture. I didn't get off because it was 8:39 at night, and even though it is a mural and he is welcoming and inviting each and every person that goes by to take pictures, I stayed in my car, took a picture from the window. But I think it's a pretty cool deal. Again, it's the same artist that did the mural in downtown Brownsville, Boca Chica to Mars. And now we have a resident of San Benito who paid homage on the side of his house to Elon Musk and SpaceX. So San Benito now has a mural for Judge Ruth Ginsburg and now Elon Musk, which is a pretty cool deal. This weekend, This weekend, we saw 18 murders in the city of Reynosa, shooting. This is a common thing, but whenever it happens within our local cities, our local border cities, we tend to pay close attention to this. And this comes as Governor Abbott, he recently declared a disaster declaration in response to the border crisis in Texas. We have seen how Matamoros and Reynosa have been in the news lately, for all the wrong reasons, of course. And we see how the governor has used this to try and combat the flow of drugs, illegal immigration. Locally here, our county judge has been hesitant to fall in line with Governor Abbott's border plans. Valerie Gonzalez from the Valley Morning News is stated as getting a statement from Judge Trevino. And he stated, "I do not have any plans to advocate or sign off on the disaster declaration." Same sentiment has been given by county judge from Hidalgo. They are waiting to see how this all comes to play. But again, all this is political right now. Governor Abbott also declared that Texas will be putting a down payment of $250 million towards a border wall. And this border wall is set to be built in the Del Rio area. The interesting thing is that the governor also declared that the state will be accepting donations for this border wall. It's kind of ironic how we did have back in February the winter freeze. All of Texas experienced the lack of response from the state of Texas and how the power grid failed us. Instead of, I guess, working towards providing a more efficient and better power grid, sources of energy to make sure that this never happens again, our focus right now from our governor is border security, building a wall. Former President Trump, along with Texas Governor Abbott, is set to visit the border. And many people have questioned why President Biden and the Vice President Harris have not sent the Vice President down to the border to see firsthand what has been going on. And I want to play this video, and I know some people might be a little weary of it, but I just want to show what happens in politics. Unfortunately, we all know that once these individuals get into power, it is different. They promise one thing, but once they are in elected office, everything changes.
We have always presented ourselves as being a nation of strength with strong arms, that when people are fleeing harm, we will embrace them. But look at what has happened with this administration. There are children who are fleeing murder capitals of the world. Let's be clear about this. Imagine a mother who makes a decision to pay a coyote to transport her child across the entire country of Mexico, facing unknown peril. She does that because she believes for that child to stay where they are is worse. But what does this president do? He virtually looks at those children and says, go back to where you came from. What do we have in this president? A policy that was about taking children, separating them from their parents, and calling it border security. No, that was a human rights abuse being committed by the United States government, and it is against the morals and the values of who we are as a nation. I want to be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come. Do not come. The United States will continue to enforce our laws and secure our border. There are legal methods by which migration can and should occur. But we, as one of our priorities, will discourage illegal migration.
And again, just to be clear, Vice President Kamala Harris did visit Mexico. She did meet with President AMLO to discuss these issues. And again, many people have questioned why she personally has not come to the border to see firsthand. We have seen how congressmen out of Hidalgo County, Vicente Gonzalez, did bring representatives, senators down to the Rio Grande Valley. They did patrol the river along with Border Patrol agents to see firsthand what is going on. Back with Obama, we have seen how his administration was doing everything possible to try and fix this immigration issue. When President Trump was in office, many have called his response to this issue as inhumane, building up cages and having children in these cages. Much not has changed with President Biden in office today. And again, this is an issue that has been plagued the United States for many, many years, and throughout many administrations, these issues have not been dealt with. And it's a very, very sensitive issue. I understand, and I am supportive of individuals who are seeking the American dream. It was shocking to me to find out that a worker in Mexico earns $40, $50 per week. I understand that everyone is seeking the American dream, but lately we have seen how Border Patrol agents have been rounding up these individuals in the hundreds, if not thousands, when before, during President Trump's administration, there was an influx of immigration, but not as much. Again, we are supportive of these individuals. We have seen how this current administration is going to South America, going to Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and trying to promote economic growth in their countries. They are doing everything possible, just like Vice President Harris mentioned. They do not want them to come. They want to send billions and billions of dollars to their respective countries. That way they can provide jobs and economic opportunities for them not to take that treacherous route to the United States. Unfortunately, many people do and don't make it alive. That is the reality that we are dealing with. So again, it is a very sensitive issue. I am supportive of individuals who are seeking the American dream, but there is a need for this current administration to take a harder stance on immigration. Hopefully we'll have something in the very near future which is fair. Again, this is a humane issue, so we will be following this very, very closely. And again, Republicans have been very critical of this administration for not sending the vice president to the border. And we will have President Trump and Governor Abbott visit the southern border on June 30th, if I'm not mistaken. Again, we do our best to promote local business. In today's segment, we'd like to promote La Chica Fresca. This establishment is located right next to El Taco Chino. It is close to Perkins Middle School on Austin Road. And again, for anyone who is homesick, bring them to La Chica Fresca. This is the spot. I remember when I lived in Austin, I would come back home to Brownsville wanting tacos, elotes, and raspas. Now you can get them all in one spot. And just by the pictures that we will be showing here, it looks very, very good. They got deals every other day. This one was for the $5 combo. It includes a large agua de sandía, a large elote entero, and a bag of chips. And just by looking at this, my mouth is already watery. Again, great snacks. And again, this is a place where if you're hungry and also want snacks, you can get tacos at El Taco Chino and snacks with La Chica Fresca. Another thing that caught my eye is they had a last call, dollar elotes from the time that they posted this until they closed, and they close at midnight, which I don't believe any other snack place in our city has this. So this was something that was very interesting to watch, and we are supportive of La Chica Fresca. Again, we want to promote small businesses, local entrepreneurs, and we will do everything possible to do so as long as possible. Another establishment that I'd like to recognize is El Levantamuertos Seafood. I went there this past Friday. I met up a friend. I had a shrimp basket. My friend had a shrimp cocktail. The food was amazing. I went during the day on Friday around 2 or 3, and the place was very busy. And just by looking at their pictures, they have crab legs, crawfish, ribeye steaks, and fish tacos. And again, we're very supportive of local businesses. At first, when I heard of El Levantamuertos, I was like, "Whoa, this place must be very good." And sure, indeed, I was very impressed by their quality of food. This is located on East 13th Street and Arthur. It used to be a local barber shop, but now the owner transformed it into a restaurant, which I 100% um, recommend to all the viewers. I will be going there more often. It is a great establishment, very inviting, and most of all, great service and even better food. So in today's segment for supporting local business, La Chica Fresca, go get your elotes, go get your midnight snacks. They're open late. They're right across from Taco Chino. So just in case you want tacos and your kids want snacks, it is the place. It is the place to be. Also, El Levanta Muertos Seafood, great quality of food, very affordable. So make sure you make your way towards these two establishments. Support them as much as possible. Make the recommendation to your friends and family to do the same. Mr. Rodriguez, good morning. Thank you for tuning in, sir. Hope you have a good Monday. Appreciate you, Joe. Thank you so much. Sports, local sports. We are very proud, and we have made no secret about this. Brandon Montes, he secured a back-to-back MVP. We have previously had Mr. Montes on our show this past season. We have seen how he has traveled the U.S., Mexico, to play ball, to play soccer. Porter was very fortunate. They had an outstanding season this year. Mr. Montes was MVP last year and this year, and he got a full ride scholarship to Laredo International, where he will be playing soccer. We are very supportive of Mr. Montes. We keep somewhat of a close contact with each other. Mr. Montes, if you're watching, congratulations. We think the world of you. But we're on to the next step at collegiate ball. We hope to keep a close contact, close communication with you. Hopefully, you can come on the show, give us feedback on how your college years are going, how your playing is going. So hopefully, very soon you'll be on the show once again. Again, something very interesting in soccer. Adios homophobia. Mexico's soccer team is banning fans at its first two World Cup qualifiers after they used an anti-gay chant in the last spring pre-Olympic tournament. We have for many years have watched Mexican soccer, and a tradition, unfortunately, has been to chant these homophobic slurs, chants, while the goalie kicks the ball. And this is the whole crowd. This is not a few individuals. This is the whole crowd. So we do see a crackdown by the Olympic Committee to prevent this from happening. Again, we have seen how now we are more conscious about trying to prevent these issues, because this is something that has been a plague for many years. This homophobia, and it's unfortunate that we see this in sports. So we are supportive of this uh, of this of this move by the Olympic Committee. Hopefully, the Mexican fans will realize that it is in everybody's best interest to avoid this type of rhetoric, this type of language. We should just enjoy the sport. So again, Mexico's soccer team will not be having fans in their two pre-Olympic tournament games, to try and discourage people from using these homophobic slurs during the game. Once again, Brownsville's very own Omar Juarez did celebrate a birthday this past week. Again, happy belated birthday, champ. Uh, we think the world of Mr. Juarez, his father, and his brothers. They are all studs. So we will be having Omar Juarez return to the ring on June 27th on Fox on the undercard. We will be following and watching and rooting for Mr. Juarez. Once again, we think the world of Mr. Juarez and his father and his brothers. They are bringing much attention to the city of Brownsville. And I personally like how Mr. Juarez, Omar Juarez, has been an advocate for Border by the Sea, Down by the Border. I'm sorry, Down by the Border, a great organization that recognizes our special needs population, that does everything possible to include them in sports, in our local activities, and a champion for that is Mr. Omar Juarez. So once again, we will be looking forward to Mr. Omar Juarez's fight this coming weekend. We wish him much success in his upcoming bout. We had an amazing Game 7 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. We had Milwaukee defeat the Brooklyn Nets in a very entertaining Game 7. We saw Kevin Durant score 40-plus points, and he made this shot, sending it into overtime. And look just how close Kevin Durant was from taking his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. His left foot, as we see here on the screen, touched the line. If he would have made that 3-point, if his foot was an inch behind the line, the Brooklyn Nets would be in the Eastern Conference Finals. But that's not the way it goes. We saw Giannis Antetokounmpo have a great game, solidify himself as one of the best premier players in the league today. The Bucks were successful in defeating the Brooklyn Nets, and we will see how the Bucks handle the Eastern Conference Finals. And news is that Kevin Durant is expected to play for Team USA in this Olympic in Olympic Games at Tokyo. After this game, there is no doubt that Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA. I was personally hoping that he would take a rest, enjoy life. He did come back from an Achilles injury this past 2 seasons, but Kevin Durant will be playing in the Olympics. Also, we had a Game 7 between the Atlanta Hawks and the Philadelphia 76ers. We saw the Atlanta Hawks come back and defeat the 76ers. The Hawks will face the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And one thing that has been talked about is Ben Simmons. Is he the future of the franchise? And Coach Doc Rivers is quoted as saying, "I don't know the answer to that, if Ben Simmons will be the point guard of a championship team." We saw how atrocious he was on Game 7. He was doing everything possible to avoid the free throw line. This postseason, he went 22 out of 74 attempts, a horrible percentage. And here we see on Game 7, he went 2 for 4 with 5 points. This is an individual who was previously declared a superstar, who was entitled to receiving a max contract. But do we really want a superstar who can't shoot? The Suns defeated the Clippers last night. Devin Booker had a triple double, 40 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. They defeated the Clippers 114-120. And again, the infamous picture. Alex Alonso, if you're watching, Suns in 4. The stock market. The stock market has recently taken a dip. We have seen how the global stocks and cryptocurrency, they're pulling back on Monday. Investors are worried, and they continue to weigh signals from the Federal Reserve that it could raise interest rates sooner than expected. The decline shows volatility in the United States on Friday, when the Dow closed at 3.5% lower than the previous week. And this has been the worst pullback since January. So again, we have seen how individuals have been pulling out their money. They fear that the Federal Reserve will regulate even more. So we do see a dip in the stock market across the board. One thing that was interesting to see this past weekend was how HEB has stated that they will do a trial run. They announced that they will be accepting payments in some HEB stores. Cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Dogecoin will soon be options for payments at some HEBs. And again, cryptocurrency is the future. This is something that we will be seeing as the norm. Currency will be a thing of the past. We need entities such as HEB, big corporations, to accept these payments, to be able to legitimize cryptocurrency, because that is the wave of the future. Coins. One thing that's funny to me is how Mario Kart, how Mario Kart, you try and take away coins from your competitor. That's what we're going to in this new digital age. Good morning, Mr. Martinez. Good morning, great info. Thanks. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Lahay Vasun. Good morning, sir. You have a great day. So cryptocurrency, we need entities such as HEB to give cryptocurrency legitimacy. Imagine if Amazon takes these payments. We previously have seen how the Dallas Mavericks have accepted cryptocurrency to purchase merchandise at their store. Manny, how's it going? Good morning. The Oakland A's have also accepted cryptocurrency for purchase of tickets. So little by little, we start seeing a trend of entities accepting cryptocurrency, and HEB is no different. So the Houston area will be accepting cryptocurrency as payment. This is going to be a trial run. So maybe in the next 5 years, 10 years, this will be the norm of having big entities such as HEB accept the cryptocurrency as a legitimate source of of revenue, of money. I'll take cryptocurrency. I will too. I am invested in crypto, but unfortunately, everybody is in the red right now. So we'll be seeing how this goes. The weather, guys, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot, 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 very hot. We have seen how the summer is coming. The summer solstice is here, and it's going to be hot. Make sure you're hydrated, because we do have heat warnings and heat advisories, which are in effect in the western part of South Texas. Brownsville here is at 93. South Padre Island, the Cabrera Boys, is at 86. Harlingen is at 95, and McAllen is at 98. We do have some isolated showers. We will be monitoring that. We previously stated how we should expect for So it's going to be hot. I think so. I think so. I don't know. But you wear a sweater, a scarf, and a coat. Okay. Yes, Mr. Castro. It is going to be a hot day for our Rio Grande Valley. And again, just look at the heat advisory warning. The Hidalgo County, Zapata area will be very hot. There is an excess heat warning from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. today in the southern Hidalgo, Star, and Zapata area. Uh, the weather forecast does advises that it is a dangerous heat index, which we will be feeling at 111 and at 120 degrees. We advise our community, the city of Brownsville, even though we aren't given the heat advisory warning, we do recommend to stay hydrated, drink plenty of water, make sure you limit your outdoor activities as much as possible. Look before you lock. Children and pets should not be left unattended in your vehicles. Uh, and a garter belt. Yes, do not forget your belt, please. So, scarf, long sleeve, belt, and a coat, Mr. Castro. Um, Thank you, everybody, once again for tuning in to Good Morning Brownsville. We will be coming on Wednesday, 7 in the morning. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is our designated time slots. Once again, we thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I personally thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think there's a great way for y'all to listen to our news, our stock market, sports, and our weather, either if you're going to work, driving to work, or getting ready for the day, or simply just waking up and having a cup of coffee. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and see you Wednesday. Have a great day. You too, Woody. Have a good one, brother. Thank you so much.